The story on today's show could be the most bizarre story we've done in our 15-year history. This is really crazy. My guest began wearing women's clothing at age 12 and became a transsexual at age 35. But that's not the unusual part of this story. No. This transsexual also decided at the age of 14 that she didn't want her legs. So 1 year ago, she took a saw. Why don't you hand me that? Here, hold this. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. From now on, who doesn't think I'm funny? All right. So 1 year ago, she took a saw just like this. And she cut off, this is true, stop it. She cut off her own legs. Let's meet her. Here's Sandra. Yeah! Sandra, Sandra, what? Okay. What's going on? This is strange, isn't it?
Yes, it is strange.
Okay. So how old are you now?
I'm 48.
Now you're 48. When you were 35, you decided to become a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. At what age did you think you didn't want your legs?
At 14.
At 14. When did you actually cut them off?
I cut this one off in 2000.
I thought that one went first, yeah. Okay. Why did you cut your leg off?
I didn't want them. My brain just kept saying get rid of them, so I had to get rid of them.
When you became a woman, did your brain say get rid of something else?
Yeah, but I couldn't cut that off.
What kind of things have you done to get your legs?
I've injected my knee with my feces, 120 cc's under my kneecap, just liquefy it and pump it in. I've with razor blades. I've drove nails in the bone. My brain would just say get a 16-penny nail and a hammer and drive it in the bone, and I just drive it in the bone. I built the guillotine and dropped it on my leg. That didn't work. So, I was like, go back to the drawing board. I got to figure out something else. I cut the circulation off up here above the knee with radiator hose clamps that you put on the automobile.
Yeah.
And then down here I used like a pantyhose with like a noose on it and make it real tight. And then I just got my saw and got everything in the kitchen, got everything ready that I needed. And got up on the counter and I waited till the leg went numb and turned purple. And I got the saw and I put it on my leg and I powered it up. And then I shut it off, laid it on the counter, and I looked at the saw and looked at my leg and said, well, it's now or never. And I grabbed the saw and put it on my leg and powered it up.
Were you screaming? Were you drinking?
No.
A little bit.
Never did pass out. Never did pass out afterwards.
You didn't pass out? It was
calm and cool. My friends got there. They was all hysterical. Oh, you gonna die? I'm like, shut up and go call the ambulance, would you?
Why did you decide after you did one?
Because I hadn't wanted both of them, neither one of them since I was 14. So, I couldn't tell somebody I didn't want both of them. I just said I didn't want one. I figured they'd really think I was nuts. I didn't want both of them.
Oh, no, now they think you're... Oh, no. If you... No, there's no way they think you're nuts to cut off one leg. Now, one's a little longer than the other.
I wanted them the same length, but they didn't. The doctors don't listen, so,
Now, are you finished, or are you going to lose other limbs?
No, I'm finished.
What if your brain one morning says, you know what, I'm so tired of this arm?
I'm an artist. I need my arms.
Oh, you're an artist. Well, you're not a track star.
No.
See, the part that's hard for me to believe is that there was no moment of regret. I'm not saying you didn't finally conclude to do it, but it's just, that's the part that...
No regret.
Never a regret.
And I had tried to get the left leg infected several times. I figured maybe if I get it gangrene, the doctors would take it off. Every time I get it infected, they just clean it out. I'm like, I'm getting tired of this. I mean, I'm getting it all infected and everything, and they're just gonna clean it out. And I'm like, this ain't working. I tie the left leg up on me, and I'd look in the mirror, and I'd see it was gone under my skirt, and it made me feel like a whole person,
Come see the official internet home of the Jerry Springer Show, jerryspringertv.com. You can see Todd's favorite clips from the show, catch behind-the-scenes footage, and hear some of Reverend Schnorr's best sermons. And don't forget to visit the Jerry Springer Show store to purchase your Springer merchandise. It's all at jerryspringertv.com, where the craziness never ends. First, cut off your legs.
I just felt like I didn't need them, so I didn't want them, so I cut them off. It was there in my brain.
Did you keep them around in case you change your mind?
I tried to, but they wouldn't let me have them. I tried to, but they wouldn't let me have them.
Yeah. So you actually did it yourself.
Yeah.
Now you got, after this show aired, we got a ton of mail, and we passed the mail on to you.
Yes, and I read it, and I loved it, and I decided the people asked me how I done it, how I cut my legs off, so I decided to reenact, call the producers down here, and call them to my house and come down and reenact how I cut my legs off, using mannequin legs.
Now, is there like maybe there's a crying need for people to want to do this that I don't know about? I mean, is there a market for this? What do you do?
Not that I know of.
Why? You've never met anyone with this same kind of affliction?
No.
What do doctors tell you? I mean, have you seen a psychiatrist or?
I'm seeing 2 right now.
Yeah. One for each leg?
Yeah, one for each leg.
I wouldn't have said that, but Steve whispered it to me. Okay. Yeah. Backhanded compliment. All right. So, all right. And we're going to see the tape now of
me reenacting cutting off my legs using mannequin legs.
I guess I can, in my mind, I can imagine how it would be done. I mean, well, let's see. Here's the tape.
The night I took my first leg, I took a tourniquet, and I tied the leg off with a tourniquet. Got the leg numb. Let the circulation cut off for 40 minutes. So after about 40 minutes, the foot turned purple. And when the foot turned purple and went cold and I couldn't move it no more, I knew it was time. So I grabbed the saw, and I laid my foot sideways. I take the saw and I put it on my leg. I cut the saw off and I set it down. I said, well, I looked at the saw and I said, well, it's now or never. Either I'm going to do it now or I ain't going to do it. So I looked at the saw, I looked at my leg, looked at the saw, and I said, well, it's now or never. Either I'm going to do it now or I'm not going to do it. I grabbed the saw, and I picked it up, and I put it on my leg. And I set the saw down. And I said, you stupid bitch, what did you just do? I got on the crutches and went outside and hollered for my next door neighbors. How it felt with my leg, it felt relief. I didn't have to worry about that leg anymore. It felt like somebody took a 90-pound weight off of my shoulders, and it felt good. It felt great, you know, it was real great. And it felt good. I already got rid of the one leg. Now I got to get rid of the other one. Leg number 2, I went through the same motions that I did the other one. I took the tourniquet and I tied the leg off. I positioned the bucket to, cause I knew this leg, I messed up on the second leg because I didn't cut it all the way through. So I knew this bucket, this leg had to come off right. The whole foot had to come off, so I couldn't mess it up. You know, you learn by your mistakes. So I knew it wouldn't be right. So I positioned me a bucket under it to catch the foot, so I wouldn't get blood all over the floor, make a big mess to clean up with. And after I got through with the circulation cutting off, and then I grabbed the saw, I put the saw on the leg, and And I didn't hesitate this time. I just grabbed the saw and I powered it up and I went through and it came off and the foot fell in the bucket. And then the second leg was gone, and it was even more relief. And you know, and then I called 911 myself this time. I didn't call nobody else. I called 911 myself this time.
All right, now one of the people who called our show after seeing it, and horror-struck as anyone would be, was your ex-wife, who you haven't seen in 13 years. We're going to meet her next.
What does your family's future look like with a new computer?
Do you or a loved one need a new computer? Do you want to own a computer, but your credit is less than perfect?
Now you can get a fast, brand new 2000